In training, form prevents injury. In tech, form prevents debt. Pridefit had the community and the mission. Redwerk brought the rhythm of reliable releases. Same discipline, different gyms. Same energy, different countries.
Hi, my name is Sam Light. I am the owner of Pridefit, which is an LGBTQIA+ fitness app. My days really change all the time. It runs the gamut from working with our developers on new features in the app, to building new workouts, to coordinating with our coaches and our marketing team, to working with members every day so that they can continue to see fitness and nutrition results.
Pridefit had momentum, but the product needed form before the next growth cycle. Previous vendor handover, integrations missing, technical debt in the way of marketing.
Pridefit came to us with one clear goal: fix the old tech and get the app shipping again. The code base was messy, CI/CD pipelines were unreliable, the environments didn't match. Analytics were not telling the full story, so we didn't start with features. We started with trust.
One of the biggest benefits of working with a company like Redwerk that has so much experience is that, of course, I will still be making the decisions for Pridefit, but we can have a conversation about different decisions that they've seen in the past that have not been totally successful. And I would say that the biggest challenge that we ran into before we were working with a company with so much experience was just how do we make decisions that don't cost us an insane amount of money and where we need to eventually backtrack. So the biggest roadblock that I had before working with Redwerk was the inability to be able to collaborate. In order to make a really phenomenal product, collaboration is almost essential. And collaborating with a partner with such incredible experience has been invaluable.
Before anything new could be built, the existing system had to be understood. The first step was a full audit. Repositories were reviewed, legacy code cleaned up, deployments stabilized, and broken build chains rebuilt. Once the foundation became safe, stable, and measurable, the product finally started moving again with steady, predictable releases.
You know, all new businesses, there's a lot of uncertainty, and any business partner that can help alleviate just a little bit of uncertainty is a really phenomenal asset. And because Redwerk has so much experience in the app space, it felt really comforting to be able to collaborate with people who hopefully were able to bring that past experience to your business and lead you very gently in a direction that ended up being positive for you.
Audit done, locks changed. Time to train, instrument, improve, and iterate.
When we first joined the project, the client's expectations were clear. Run a full code and infrastructure audit, identify tech debt left by the previous team, and fully take over the project. Step 1 was the handover. We took control of all key accounts: AWS, GitHub, App Store Connect, Google Play. Credentials were updated, outdated access removed, and all environments secured. No shared logins, no unknowns, full ownership and accountability. Only after that, we moved on to the next stage. Publishing app updates, refining the landing experience, and bringing every workflow under Redwerk's release rhythm.
Once the foundation was stable, we instrumented the app. Analytics were implemented across iOS and web, including AppsFlyer, Mixpanel, Google Analytics 4, Facebook Pixel, and Braze. That meant onboarding steps, paywall impressions, trials, bootcamp joins, all tracked. We added deep linking so every campaign would land users on the right screen, and push notifications and in-app messages were integrated. In short, we collected the events and opened the delivery channels. From here, Pridefit's own team could configure campaigns, triggers, and creative, like giving athletes the sensors and the track, and letting the coach decide the training plan.
We improved the onboarding flow so the entry felt smoother. The paywall was restructured with the trial toggles, multiple price points, special occasion offers, and upsells. Previously, parts of the system configurations, including programs, session, and exercises, were hard-coded directly into the application. As a result, even minor updates required developer involvement and new releases. We changed that. All key parameters now live in configuration, allowing the team to adjust offers, pricing, tiers, and user flow instantly. Marketing can now run experiments without waiting for a release. That flexibility is the same as adjusting a workout program on the fly. You don't need to stop training to make progress.
We treated landings and pop-ups like training cycles, built for specific campaigns, tested against clear hypotheses, and iterated to strengthen the conversion muscle with each measured rep. Every change was measurable, every step became data instead of guesswork.
And I think the best thing about working with Redwerk is that we've been able to develop these data points that allow us to measure whether or not the changes that we're making in the app are what our members are asking for. And that data-driven approach has made us so much smarter with how much we use capital and then what development features we're making in the future. To me, the baseline with any development partner is the ability to do the code. And what I think sets Redwerk above the rest is our ability to communicate effectively. Because that communication aspect can be the make or break in a relationship. Everyone who is doing this app development should be able to do the baseline coding. What may not always happen is the ability to have the conversations about what the expectations of the project are, have the conversations about cost, have the conversations about what is and is not working. And that has really been the best part of my experience with Redwerk.
The Bootcamp feature was built from scratch. A new type of coach-led, time-bound fitness program inside the Pridefit app. These are video-led programs built around specific goal, typically lasting 14-30 days. Users follow a coach in real time as they guide them through each workout. Unlike the longer, self-paced essential programs, Bootcamp focus on short-term, goal-oriented training cycles. Abs, arms, full body, with a clear structure and defined finish line. Push notifications and in-app messages supported every milestone. Join, day start, missed workout, cycle complete, keeping members accountable and motivated from the first rep to the last. Then we added multi-coach support, so members could choose from different expert profiles. Under the hood, it was content scoping and filtering, and on the surface, it was about choice and personal fit, like finding the right trainer in the gym.
I think what I was most excited about with these new program features that Redwerk developed was that we were going to be able to work with so many new types of members. We want to make sure that we have workouts in the app that are appropriate for all skill levels, all goals, all identities. And when Redwerk and I develop a new feature, that just expands who we're able to work with. So the biggest life change is that when we developed our new Bootcamp feature, we were able to allow for more Pridefit members to get their workouts in regularly, more Pridefit members to feel confident walking into the gym, more Pridefit members ultimately reaching their fitness goals.
Originally, most of Pridefit's workouts were hard-coded. Updating content required developers, and every change meant shipping a new release. That's like needing a competitor every time you want to move a dumbbell. We implemented dynamic content support by adding new backend endpoints for programs, sessions, and exercises. The app was updated to fetch data from these endpoints, ensuring the content is loaded dynamically. Additionally, we extended the admin panel UI to enable the Pridefit team to create, update, and delete program, session, and exercise management. Now, content updates flow directly from backend to app with no redeploys.
One of the milestones was releasing Pridefit's biggest app update. Essential workouts no longer started on Monday, but on day one. So no matter when you begin, you complete every workout in the cycle. We removed the cardio timer and added a log feature, letting users record results while using specialized app like Strava, and made it possible to log weight directly in workout screens. We revamped the journal, a one-stop hub where members can now find everything: rest days, cardio on demand, essential, custom activities, progress pictures. And finally, Pridefit's habit tracker was released, the next major step in the product's evolution. Infrastructure set on AWS fully under Pridefit's control. We built not just features, but release cadence. Consistent, predictable, like keeping a training log.
There's always something new to work on. And the only reason that's a really exciting thing is because the team at Redwerk is so phenomenal to work with. The collaboration process is just easy. I have the best project manager in the world who, in addition to being the smartest person in the room always, incredibly timely, unbelievably kind, is just fun to chat with. I mean, come on. That makes it so that my job is so exciting every day. I think users are always so excited about new features. Even if it's a small quality of life change, people are always saying, I'm so grateful and I'm so excited for the change because we've been with you for 4 years and we've seen gradually, incrementally, how much better the app has gotten. And it really means a lot that you're putting in the effort to make it better. So I think it's really gratifying. It's gratifying to see and hear from members that they're enjoying the app and that they're enjoying the process.
A stable app, predictable releases, clear attribution and product analytics, community first, product that earns trust. The partnership didn't stop at stabilization. Together with Pridefit, Redwerk shaped the next evolution of the app, from a functional platform into a refined, data-driven fitness ecosystem. With every release, new features arrived smoother and safer. The biggest update yet united every workout, log, and progress record under one roof, a journal built for real athletes. Now, Pridefit's team manages content, tracks engagement, and launches campaigns independently, empowered by the foundation we helped build. What began as a code review became a long-term collaboration that keeps the product improving, one cycle, one feature, one rep at a time.
I think members are always so excited for new features to be dropped. So we've had overwhelmingly positive feedback in any of our drops that we've done. And it's really exciting to get further feedback from members about what they want to see next. Because I know that that kind of development, that kind of coding is absolutely in the wheelhouse of what Redwerk does. And so I know that it's just the next step in the journey. I actually found Redwerk by referral. One of my really good friends is an app developer and they had worked with Redwerk in the past. So I was excited to give them a try. And once I interviewed with them, I was immediately impressed with the project managers who I was going to be working with. I knew that they were unbelievably talented, not just with their ability to manage people, but also in their ability to understand code and help me learn a little bit more about tech throughout the process. And they've turned out to be so patient, so kind, and most importantly, so unbelievably brilliant. They're just some of the smartest people that I've ever worked with. I was absolutely nervous about outsourcing. I was nervous about the time change being really challenging to work together with my team. I was nervous about language barriers because that can end up being really costly when we're not able to communicate properly. And I've been proven wrong in both of those counts. I'm so unbelievably happy with our choice to outsource to Redwerk, and I wouldn't have it any other way.
Week by week, the stack got cleaner, journeys got clearer, and releases got boringly reliable. The numbers that matter: plus 45% iOS subscriptions, infrastructure owned by the client, and a roadmap that is finally data-driven instead of hope-driven. The wins are quiet: a deep link that always opens the right screen, a bootcamp nudge at the right hour. The kind of wins users don't notice because everything just works.
Have a product that needs better form? Redwerk. Let's turn your reps into releases.